Good morning, friends. I am Dr. Yogesh Sarode of Jivan Vikas Mahavidyalaya Devgram. I heartily welcome you all in this session. Today, we will see the analysis part of the lesson. Education provides a solid background. This is well written by former President APJ Abdul Kalam. Now, in this part, we will discuss some important issues because we have already seen the preliminary part. Friends, as far as a role of faith in Kalam's life is concerned, I would like to share with you that from childhood, Kalam was fascinated by the mysteries of the sky and the flight of birds. He wanted to go for engineering to realize his dream. So he applied for admission at the Madras Institute of Technology, known as MIT. In order to fulfill his childhood dreams, Kalam had to apply at the Madras Institute. It was a prestigious institution and admission was an expensive affair. Kalam required about 1000 rupees in those days. So it was a huge amount. Zora mortgaged her gold, bangles, and chain in order to keep uh, Kalam get the admission. Kalam thought about the knowledge that was beyond material world. It comes from spiritual association. Kalam had been taught from his childhood that knowledge can be obtained only through the inner experience. This was what Kalam had been believing in. He had been brought up with deep religious values. According to it, true realization lay beyond the material world. So Kalam views as different because in those days, belief in scientific methods was the only valid approach to knowledge. So this was what the role of faith in Kalam's life was. Now, if we focus on the character of Iyadurai Solomon, we find while Kalam was studying in Swartz High School, one of his teachers was Iyadurai Solomon. He was a warm and open-minded person and he made his students feel comfortable in class. He was Kalam's trusted advisor and guide. Kalam learned a lot from him. Iyadurai Solomon became Kalam's mentor. He made Kalam realize a lot of things. He taught Kalam how to exercise influence over the events happening in life. He also taught him that first he must have great desire or want to make things really happen and to be optimistic. His training helped Kalam to have conviction as a strong motivating force to make things really happen. Solomon was a great teacher who established in children a sense for which they were worthy. He realized Kalam's self esteem and convinced him that although he came from a family which was not able to provide him good education, but he can hope to achieve whatever he wished. Thus, Kalam learnt a great lesson from Solomon. With faith, you can change your destiny. Now, as far as a relation of Kalam with the director of MIT is concerned, we find while Kalam was in the final year at MIT, there was a popular view that belief in scientific methods was the only valid approach to knowledge. Kalam's views differed here as he wondered about spiritual association and knowledge beyond material world. He was given a project by MIT director Professor Srinivasan. At first, Kalam failed to do it perfectly. But in the next attempt, Kalam gave his full capacity and efficiency because his scholarship was in danger. He worked hard all the day and night and didn't take dinner. Then a break of only 1 hour, and finally the work was complete. He worked honestly and performed extremely well under great pressure. Dr. Kalam had asked for a month's time to complete the task, but he was given only 3 days. Since scholarship was his lifeline, he had to work a day and night, skipping dinner. A day before he was about to complete the task when Professor Srinivasan came to his room to see his progress. After examining the work, he patted Dr. Kalam's back with love and affection. He told that Dr. Kalam's work was something beyond his expectation. This was the words of that MIT director, Professor Srinivasan. Now, this quotation, my favorite professors, all of them authorities in their different fields, helped me to acquire this composite knowledge. Now, on this, I would like to comment that in the course of Kalam's education at MIT, 3 teachers shaped his thinking and life. Kalam's professional career was based on the foundation of these things. The 3 teachers were Professor Sponder, Professor Pandalai, and Professor Narasimha Rao. All of them were distinguished personalities who were extremely brilliant and had a great capacity to mold minds. If we talk about Professor Sponder, he taught technical aerodynamics, had a great experience in aeronautical engineering. He was Austrian, but he was imprisoned in World War II. He disliked Germans, but his colleagues in college were Germans. He was in good tuning with his head of the aeronautics department, Professor Walter Repentin. He also had a good terms with good tank. He worked with them, although he differed in views. But Professor Ponder was always calm and energetic. He always liked to be updated. Professor Pandalai taught aerostructure design and analysis. He was friendly and enthusiastic teacher. He taught structural engineering. He was a man of great intellectual integrity. Then third one was Professor Narasimha Rao. He was a mathematician. He taught theoretical aerodynamics. Kalam started preferring mathematical physics after attending his classes. Dr. Kalam was fascinated by physics, but he realized early that it wasn't his subject. To realize his dreams, engineering was needed. Technical aerodynamics, aeronautical engineering, and aerostructural designs and structural engineering were the subjects Dr. Kalam dealt with. Thorough study of all these subjects enabled him to understand the difference in structure, the various types of aircraft, and therefore he says that all his favorite professors helped him acquire that complete knowledge. So, friends, this is what is the important issue or important points in this note. I tried my best to comprehend you. So, thank you, friends. In the next video, we'll see some another aspects of this lesson. Till then, good day.